Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 3. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson biomolecules. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen characteristic features of protein, structure of protein, different bonds present in the protein, types of protein. Now, in this video, we are going to see the other topics, that is enzymes, characters of enzymes, different types of nucleic acid, that is deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA, then different types of RNA in this video. Dear students, see the topic enzymes. So enzymes are the globular protein, that means oval shaped globular protein that catalyst different metabolic reaction, particularly many thousands of metabolic reaction. So these metabolic reactions are taken place within the cells and the organism. Those reactions are catalyzed by the protein is called enzymes. So simple definition of enzyme is these enzymes which are increase the rate of reaction which is taken place in the cells and the organisms. So the molecules which are responsible for metabolic reactions are known as metabolites. That means enzymes are globular protein. They are catalyze the metabolic activities or reaction. So those enzymes are known as metabolites. So this metabolism consists of chains and cycles of enzyme catalyzed reaction. So different metabolic activities are respiration, photosynthesis, protein synthesis and other different pathways. So this metabolism is divided into two types. You already studied in the first lesson, that is anabolism and metabolism. So the anabolism is otherwise known as anabolic process. Anabolism means building up process. That means they are producing more cells by metabolic reaction. That is anabolic reaction. For example, synthesis of proteins and amino acid. Synthesis of proteins from amino acid and synthesis of carbohydrate, that is polysaccharides, from simple sugars are the example of anabolic reaction. So simple sugar means, what is that one? Made up of only one sugar molecule, monosaccharide, isn't it? So many monosaccharides are joined together to form a polysaccharide. So polysaccharide is a newly formed compound. Likewise, single amino acid which are produced the protein. So this is another metabolic process. So anabolic means building up process. Example, synthesis of protein and polysaccharide. Another one, catabolism or catabolic. It's a breaking down process. That means it breaks some kinds of food material and release energy. That is said to be catabolic process or breaking down of larger molecules. For the example of catabolic processes, digest the food material and breaking down of sugar molecule at the time of respiration. So complex food materials are break down at the time of foods. That means digestive process. Breaking down of sugar during respiration are the example of catabolic process. See the diagrammatic representation. Metabolism is divided into two types, anabolic reaction and catabolic reaction. In this anabolic reaction, smaller molecules are joined together to form a larger molecules. See the diagram. So different molecules is there, orange color, blue color and green color. So these molecules are joined together to form a larger molecule by utilizing the energy. That means they are using energy to produce newly formed compound, isn't it? But when you are coming to the catabolic reaction, the larger molecules are split into simpler molecules and release some amount of energy. That's why I told you catabolism is the breaking down process and release some amount of energy. For example, digestion of food material, they are releasing energy to do work. Another one, breaking down of sugar molecule in the respiratory process, they are also releasing energy. So digestion and respiration are the two examples of catabolic process. So this is the enzymatic reaction. See the another characteristic feature of enzyme. Enzymes are extracellular enzymes are secreted and externally exported from cells. That means enzymes are classified into two types. Extracellular, that means outer side. Intracellular, that means within the cells. See the first one, extracellular enzymes. So they are secreted and worked out externally, outer side, and exported from the cells. That means these enzymes are exported from the cells to outer side. Those enzymes are said to be extracellular enzymes. Another one, intracellular enzymes. So these enzymes are present within the cells and work there. That is said to be intracellular. That means inner side. Extracellular na the enzyme which comes outside from the cell and they are doing the activities. So these two are the types of enzymes. So these enzymes are found inside the organelles or within the cells. Example, insulin. So example for intracellular enzyme is insulin. So this insulin which is present within the cell organelles. What is the cell organelles? For example, mitochondria, chloroplast, ribosome, Golgi bodies, like that. These cell organelles are within the cells. The insulin is present is the example of intracellular enzymes. Dear students, up to this we have seen what is enzyme, then two types of enzyme. The next we are going to see properties of enzyme. Is the important 3 mark and 5 mark question and also 2 mark question. So the shape of the enzyme is globular. We have seen in the paragraph itself, isn't it? So all are globular protein. These proteins are act as a catalyst. Catalyst means to induce the rate of reaction. Okay. And effective even in small quantity. That means they are present in a small quantity also. They are doing their activities very effectively. That is successfully. Then the catalysts are remain unchanged at the end of the reaction. Yes, students, in the older classes and also now also you are studying chemistry subject. The reaction which consists of two processes. One is the reactant, another one is the product. So these two processes are taken place in the reaction. These reactions are induced or catalyzed by the enzyme. the reactants are modified into product. If it is reversible process or reaction means the products are again modified into reactant. But the enzymes which are inducing the rate of reaction do not change at the end of the reaction. Then these enzymes are highly specific one. So these enzymes consist of specific site is known as active site. In that active site only the reaction is taken place. These enzymes are having the lower activation energy of the reaction, they catalyst. So if they are catalyzed the any kind of reaction, but these enzymes are having lower activation energy. So these are all the different properties of enzyme is very important. 3 mark and 5 mark question. So one of the example they given in the do you know paragraph, that is Rubisco is the enzyme which contained abundant, which means large amount of protein in the whole biosphere, the entire world or biosphere. The Rubisco is the enzyme which contains large amount of protein. So that is the one of the enzyme example, Rubisco. Dear students, see the paragraph. As molecule which is present in the enzymes, they became unstable. High energy intermediates, but they are in this transition state only momentarily. Energy is required to raise molecule to this transition. See the example, a person which are pulling the rock and make the rock to rise up on the top of the hill region. So if you are pulling the rocky region from the bottom to the top, he required large amount of energy. So it will be slowly they are reaching at the top and finally it will be falls down in a faster manner. So see that one, they became unstable, high energy intermediates, but the transition state is only momentarily. Energy is required to raise molecule to this transition. So energy is required to this transition state, and this minimum energy is needed. That energy is called activation energy. So whatever may be, if you are going to do any kind of reaction, energy is needed, but that minimum amount of energy is known as activation energy. So this could be explained a schematically diagram, a boulder on hillside, model of activation energy. So a boulder means a person which are pulling the rocky region from the bottom to the top and also make the rocky region to move on the other side. For this process, that person need energy. At least minimum level of energy is required to do the reaction. That energy is called activation energy. See the diagrammatic representation of boulder on the hillside. So here energy in the reaction left side, at the bottom time taken. So this is the enzyme. Here reactant, left side, the right side which is product. Then they are pulling the rocky region or a ball from the reactant to the top. When you are coming to the top region, the activation energy is without enzyme, but they are in the minimum level, the activation energy with the enzymes. So finally, the product is reaches to the other side very easily or momentarily. So this enzyme only make the reactant to modify it into product with a minimum requirement of energy. That energy is called activation energy. When it reaches at the top of the hill, the activation energy with the enzyme is very less or without enzyme. But it is reaches to the other side at the bottom, that is showing the activation energy with the enzyme. So this is the example which are showing the diagrammatic representation of enzymes required minimum amount of energy, that is known as activation energy. Dear students, next we are going to see the important, very important 5-mark question. Kindly make a note in your textbook. Lock and key mechanism of enzyme. Dear students, in the previous paragraph we have seen enzymes are catalyzing the reaction. The starting substance is called a substrate. That means reactant, substrate or reactant. Starting process of the reaction is called a reactant or substrate. So this substrate only converted into product. So this substrate or reactant bind to the specially formed pocket in the enzyme. So we already studied enzyme which are having the specific site is known as active site. In that active site only the reaction is taken place. So that's why they are given here that starting substance is called substrate or reactant. So these substrates are bind to the specially formed pocket in the enzyme is called active site. So this active site is called lock. So this active site is called lock and key mechanism of enzyme action, as the enzyme and the substrate form a ES complex. E means enzyme, S means substrate. So these substrate which are bind to the active site of the enzyme which forms the complex is called ES complex. At that time, the substrate raised in energy to a transition state and then breaks down into products plus without changing the enzyme, that is unchanged enzyme. That mechanism is called lock and key mechanism. Dear students, this is the diagram which are explaining the lock and key mechanism. That light blue color, it's said to be the enzyme. The enzyme which are having the specific site which is denoted as a red color is known as active site. Then at the top the dark blue color, it is known as reactant or substrate. This substrate only bind or attach with the active site and this substrate is modified into product. Dear students, see the second diagram. The substrate which are bind with the active site and form the ES complex. What is the ES complex? Enzyme substrate complex. And finally, they have produced the product with different colors. That means two products are produced, green and orange color. But see the enzyme, there is no change. So at the end of the reaction, they have produced product plus enzyme, that is unchanged enzyme. That means there is no change in the structure of the enzyme. So that is the lock and key mechanism. It's very, very important. 3 mark as well as 5 mark question. Diagram is also very, very important. Dear students, next topic is factors affecting the rate of enzyme reaction. Enzymes are very sensitive to environmental condition. These enzymes are affected by temperature, pH, substrate concentration and enzyme concentration. So these are all the different environmental factors affecting enzyme reaction. So this rate of enzyme reaction is measured by the amount of substrate changed or amount of product formed during the given period of time. That means how much amount of reactors is taken place, how much amount of product is produced. That should be measured at the end of the reaction, measuring the rate of enzyme reaction. So the rate of enzyme reaction is measured by the amount of reactant and amount of product produced in the reaction at a given period of time. So this is the different factors affecting enzyme reaction. So the first environmental factor is temperature. Heating increases the molecular motion. So molecules which are moving from one place to another place, if you are heating the molecules, their motion is increases. Motion means movement, molecular movement. Thus the molecules of the substrate and enzyme move more quickly, resulting in a great probability of occurrence of the reaction. So due to the heating, the molecular motion is increases. The molecules which is present in the substrate and enzyme which more quickly and producing the greater probability of occurrence of the reaction. That means result of the reaction is also very quickly. The temperature that promotes the maximum activity is referred to as optimum temperature. So the temperature is divided into two: optimum, minimum temperature. The maximum activity of the enzyme is taken place in an optimum temperature. That means highest temperature. See the graph which are showing the enzyme activities due to the changing of temperature. Left side, rate of reaction at the base temperature. If you are placing the enzyme in the cold region, that is too cold for the enzyme to operate, so they are slowly doing the action in the process. When they are reaching at the top, the temperature is very high, optimum temperature. The enzyme is activated very fast, and also sometimes the rapid denaturation at high temperature. So low temperature means their activity is also very low. High temperature is also affect the rate of enzyme reaction, but they need optimum temperature, that is moderate temperature, is make the enzymes to do the activities very fastly. So too low and too high is also cause problem in the enzyme activities. That moderate temperature will increases the activity of the enzyme. Next one, pH. Like temperature, the moderate pH or optimum pH is increases the rate of enzyme reaction. The pH change leads to an alternation of enzyme shape, including the active sites. So the change occur in the pH from the left side and right side and the center point of the 0. If you are drawing or plotting the pH value, if any change in the pH value, it leads to change in the enzyme shape, including the active site. If the pH is extreme, that is encountered by an enzyme, then it will be denatured. Denatured means it will be modified into another form. There is no enzyme activities in that enzyme. So optimum pH only make the enzyme to increase the rate of reaction, but low and also high pH value. There is change in the pH value which denature the enzyme activities. Dear students, see the diagram is a graphical representation showing increasing the enzyme activity, optimum pH. So the optimum pH only which are showing the maximum enzyme reaction, but the low and too high pH value, that is change in the pH value, affects the rate of enzyme reaction. So dear students, up to this we have seen what is enzyme. It contains the active site in which reaction is taken place. Characteristic features of enzyme. Two type of enzyme. Externally activated, internally activated enzyme. Factors affecting the enzyme, that is temperature, pH and so on. And also we have seen the characteristic features of enzyme. Next we are going to see the nucleic acid. Dear students, there are two types of nucleic acid. You already studied in the lower classes, that is DNA and RNA. So these nucleic acids are isolated from the cell organelle, is known as nucleus. So these nucleic acids are present in all the cells and viruses. Each nucleic acid which is present in the cells and viruses performing the different genetic programs which are showing in the next generation. So this characteristic feature of the genetic information present in the nucleic acid only determine the hereditary characters of an organism. See the point to remember, Friedrich Mischer was the first person to isolate a non-protein substance in nuclei of pus cells and named it as nuclein. A scientist, Friedrich Mischer, first isolated the non-protein substance in the nuclei of pus cells and named it as nuclein. So dear students, this DNA and RNA are polymers or monomers, polymers of monomers. That is, individual monomers are joined together to form a polymer named as nucleotides. One more question, DNA and RNA are polymers of monomers called nucleotide. Each nucleotide composed of a nitrogenous base, a pentose sugar and a phosphate molecule or a phosphate group. So DNA and RNA which is made up of monomers of nucleotide. Nucleotide is made up of with nitrogenous base, that means single individual nucleotide, or each nucleotide composed of or made up of nitrogenous base or nitrogen base, pentose sugar, that is 5 carbon sugar molecule, and a phosphate group. Then a purine or a pyrimidine and a ribose or deoxyribose sugar is called nucleoside. So previous one is the nucleotide is the monomer made up with nitrogen base, pentose sugar and phosphate group. Next, a purine or a pyrimidine and a ribose sugar or deoxyribose sugar. Ribose sugar which is present in the RNA, deoxyribose sugar present in the DNA. So, one sugar molecule plus a purine or pyrimidine is known as nucleoside. See the definition meaning. Nucleoside, not nucleotide. Nucleotide means it is made up of nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and phosphate group. So that nitrogenous base which is present in the nucleotide is divided into two types, that is purine and pyrimidine. So purine with the sugar molecule or pyrimidine with the sugar molecule is known as nucleoside. See, the nitrogenous base is linked to pentose sugar through a N-glycosidic linkage and forms a nucleoside. That way I told you. Nitrogenous base linked with a 5 carbon compound through the linkage is called N-glycosidic linkage and form a nucleoside. When phosphate group is attached, it forms the nucleotide. Nucleoside means one nitrogenous base plus sugar molecule. That is nucleoside. Then a phosphate group is attached to the nucleoside is known as nucleotide. So this nitrogenous base is a heterocyclic compound that can be divided into, I told you, purine or a pyrimidine. Purine made up of 2 rings and pyrimidine made up of with 1 rings. There are 2 types of purine, adenine and guanine, and 2 types of pyrimidine, cytosine and thymine, which is present in the DNA. Instead of thymine, uracil is present in the RNA. See that one, pyrimidine or purine are 2 types, adenine and guanine. Adenine is measured as an A, guanine is measured as an G. And pyrimidine is 3 types, cytosine C, thymine T and uracil U. So these are all the different types of nitrogenous bases which is present in the DNA and RNA. So dear students, up to this we have seen what is the enzyme, what is nucleic acid and their type. Up to this I conclude my video. Remaining we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best children.